Okay, today we're going to show you how to install the illuminated door sill frame for the C7 Corvette, 2014 Corvette Stingray. It's a pretty cool accessory. What it does is it's going to sit right over the factory door sill and illuminate the perimeter of the letters, and the letters will capture the light, and the base of the sill will refract the light, so it'll actually make these give it a kind of a prismatic look. It'll actually make the Corvette letters look like they're suspended and kind of popping out. Really cool accessory, a little bit tricky to install. We've kind of figured it out, so we're going to show you step by step what to do. The first thing you're going to do is just to remove this sill, and you know, there's a multitude of little snap-in clips here that'll have to be removed. One thing you have to be concerned with is that this door sill is a kind of a soft aluminum. You don't really want to super yank it because you'll bend it. So what you want to try to do is just get one area started on the end like that. And what we like to use is a common separator tool. You can find these in most any auto parts store. They're $5–6. And what it'll allow you to do is to kind of pop these individually without yanking on the door sill. You're going to kind of go up and detach it from underneath, and that's how you can remove the door sill safely. Now we're going to borrow this hole here on both forward areas of both the door sills for our electronic connection. So what you'll need to do is to remove this one clip. There's so many clips on this, you're not gonna be missing anything. You'll just kind of like take this baby out, get in there. In order to get these, you got to kind of spread them because they're attached and kind of stuck on to the tabs via these little tabs that kind of jab in there. So you can't really yank it out very well. You have to kind of spread them to get them out. In most cases, that'll ruin the clip. Sometimes you can straighten it out. Save it for later. Okay, so now without that clip in there, you'll be able to sneak the wire into that hole. Getting a wire from that hole inside the car, we'll show you in just a minute. What we're going to do now with this is prep the door sill for the actual frame. Your kit's going to come to you with a tube of adhesive accelerator. What this is going to do is it's going to allow the adhesive of the frame to stick to the door sill permanently. If you prep this correctly, you won't have any problems with the frame popping up at a later date. You're going to want to clean it up pretty good. You can use alcohol or any kind of prep solvents. You can find adhesive remover solvents. Silicone and adhesive removers work good. Alcohol, household alcohol works just fine. Then you're going to take this little vial in there, you'll snap it, and you kind of rub this around the perimeter of the silver part only. Now, I have some of that in this little bottle here, and you're just going to rub this. Now, what you'll want to do is, first of all, before you peel and stick, you want to make sure that everything fits good. And you also want to kind of familiarize yourself with setting it in position, because the adhesive on the sill frame is very aggressive and it won't let you lift it off and reset it. You know, should it get stuck out of position, if you try to do that, you'll ruin it or bend this. It's not going to give you a real nice look. So you want to kind of just practice taking a look at it, making sure everything lines up, and get yourself familiar with just how you're going to bond that. Once you're ready, you can just go ahead and peel the release liner. Okay, and very carefully, very slowly position the sill, the frame to the sill. And go ahead and press it on. Everything's perfectly lined up, it matches, gives it a slight little gap between the part and the sill. That's where our light's going to come through. And then this part you'll fold over to this area. There's a little piece of rubber in there, just kind of like pull that out, and you're going to lead this up like so. Now that's prepared to be installed. Now to get the wire from outside the car to inside the car is a little bit tricky. We've kind of figured it out, so we'll show you. What you need to do is to release the inner door sill from the car. There's a clip right in this corner here that kind of bonds this part to this part. You want to separate that, like so. And then just lift up on the sill, and it'll kind of pop out, like so. Now, there's one spot and one spot only for a wire to go from inside the cabin into this door sill area. This area is basically a sealed compartment, and there aren't any little weep holes or sneak holes that you can borrow to run a wire through, so you'll have to make your own. There's only one little tiny little spot. You got to make sure you hit that spot. If you don't hit that spot, you'll be drilling into your painted areas. It's right in this corner, right on the inside. I'm going to show you with my little laser beam exactly where that is. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to go into your exposed area, and you're going to kind of examine this. And you're going to see a body seam running right along in here, and this one little tiny area right here is the exact spot you need to drill. If you drill up here, you're going to be drilling to the outside area of the paint, so you want to make sure you stay clear of this. This is actually the outside part of the sill. You want to go right into this little tiny corner. So I'm going to go ahead and drill that out, and then we'll show you what to do from there. Okay, as you can see, we've drilled that hole just in that tiny little spot right there, and that actually has given us access to inside the door sill area, which is a sealed area. Now, what we're going to do to sneak a wire through that tiny little hole is make it a little bigger. So we're going to drill that out to about 1/4 of an inch, kind of taper the angle of the hole so that it'll be easy to run our fish. Okay, you can see now that we've actually enlarged the hole. This will allow us to very easily snake a fish wire over to that hole in the sill. Now, the best thing to use for that is a real fine hanger wire, because you can form the hanger wire to kind of curve over to that opening in the door sill, and that'll make running the wire relatively easy. Alright, so I've got a thin hanger wire here, and I've kind of pre-bent it to kind of simulate where the hole goes through inside the car, and I'm going to try to fish this right through that hole. It's a little tricky, so you got to be patient. Once you insert it into your hole, want to kind of use your flashlight to see where the fish line is. You can hear that we're in the area. You just kind of fish it around until you see it. Okay. Now we're going to fish our wire back into the cab. To safely and quickly run your wire back into the cab, you're going to want to effectively attach it to your fish wire. Now the wire is almost the same thickness as this, so you want to kind of attach it butt to butt like that. You do not want to put it side to side, because anything that it'll hit will cause this to slip off. So use your adhesive promoter to kind of make your hanger and your wire nice and tacky. And you want to use a piece of electrical tape. We like to use electrical tape as opposed to masking tape or any other kind of tape, because masking tape, electrical tape will have a tendency to stretch before it breaks. So if you attach this end to end like that, and you wrap this in a nice tight little roll, okay, you'll be able to get a pretty good pull out of this, okay, with minimal binding. Another little trick too is to make this area slippery. So we've used a little shampoo, a little baby shampoo, or any kind of soap, really, dishwashing detergent, and you just want to put a little drop on here, just like so. Kind of lube this up, and what that'll allow you to do is just kind of slip back through everything without having to worry about binding on anything on the way. So you're going to just basically pull your hanger back through, guide your wire in, and make sure that you're not binding on anything, and your wire will come through just like that. Okay. Now you can go ahead and set the sill in. What you're going to want to do is just to allow the wire to kind of come in right with the tab. There's plenty of space for the wire, so you won't have to worry about binding. The tab and the wire will be hidden. We have a little bit of an overhang to kind of hide the original seam so the wire can slip through. And you're just going to want to draw this in, and then carefully snap your sill back on. Okay? Now, the next step is your electrical connection. This is actually pretty easy. What you're going to do is borrow the interior courtesy light, which is a real easy thing to find. I'll show you. Okay. At this point, you can go ahead and kind of put the car back together. Draw your wire over to the middle side of the the underside of your steering wheel. Now, you'll sneak in here and you'll notice a little LED. It's a little LED light, and that's what we're going to be hooking up some more LEDs to that circuit. And we've tested the amperage drawer on this, so there's no reason to include an additional fuse. That light source is actually plenty to light the door sills, since the door sills themselves have a very, very little draw. I think it's 3 milliamps. And to remove that light, if you notice, there's two little tabs. So what you're going to do is just turn it, and it will release from its perch. Okay, so you're going to reach in here, and you're just going to turn this, and it'll pop right out. So what you're going to do here now is to separate, get access to your wire right here, and we'll be able to make our attachment. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're just going to unravel this electrical tape from the factory. Sometimes you can find the beginning, sometimes you can't. If you can't, you can just go in here and just kind of slice this up. Separate it like so. Now your kit is going to come with real easy connectors for this. Okay, now your light wire, that's going to be your positive wire, and your black wire is going to be your ground. You'll associate those colors on your wire from your sill as gold, or sometimes this might be actually a red wire. This gold wire is your positive wire, and this silver wire is going to be your ground wire. So you'll strip these like so. I like to fold these in like that. Okay. And your kit's going to come with two little connectors like this, and you'll look inside the connector and you'll see, the one's a blunt side. This is where you're going to put your wire in. So we'll do this positive one first. Stick that in. Make sure you're all the way in. Okay, go to your white wire. Set that into the slot. Just squeeze this. That little tab right there is going to connect the two wires together. Just kind of close that up. And then do the same thing for the ground. Then you just kind of go back up in there and put your light back in. Okay, so now that you've made your connections, your car's back together, you can go ahead and reveal the frames. It's a nice hand brushed stainless steel finish. The lights come on when you close the door and reopen, so that's before. That's after.